Welcome to Kitchen Table Tangles. I'm Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria, and I thought today we'd do something really exciting, a little bit different, and I'm gonna teach you how to embed letters into your Zentangle tiles.
Ah, there it is.
Look at, oh, can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, this one is almost impossible to see. I can see the S in there over on the left, and this, thanks to some friends in Taiwan.
They sent us
Sent
over
us-
some samples. So we're just playing with any shape. And I think the idea that comes to my mind is I imagine coral growing on something in a Zentangle fashion. And we're just going to use that initial shape and we'll let those tangles grow around it.
So I'm using some pretty basic letters, and you can see I'm working with the graphic one, the black graphic one, and I'm sort of putting my basic letter down and maybe adding a little weight here and there, but it's not perfect, and I think you guys can do this. I'm going to aura the letter. That's usually my first thing I do is aura the whole letter, and I'm now auraing with an O1 micron. You can see it's kind of coming to life.
Inside and out.
Yeah, inside and out of the letter. And so what I want to really do, we're going to give it a little bit of a string to work with in here. And I want to, what's the word I'm looking for, Rick?
Almost camouflage.
I want to camouflage this. So all of the things I'm going to do is to try to get you to not see the letter so that only the ones that you want to see the letter will know it's there. So it's going to sort of a little bit disappear, and that's the whole point of this. It's going to be kind of fun to see the letter sort of blend into the tangles that we're putting down. So we're doing a little bit of variation on printemps, and that works out really good because it fills your tile quickly and it makes it a little bit interesting. We're doing a little striping here. You can see how it mimics the edges of the letter.
And again, a fairly similar gap between the aura-ing and the spiraling. Gives a nice color.
How fun is this? Look at that. It's starting to disappear.
I love watching Maria draw or a tangle like this because it's like, okay, how is her mind working? And putting in some muka over here, little muka sprouts.
Muka sprouts, I love
Muka
that.
sprouts.
I've been doing a lot with muka sprouts lately, so anybody who wants to play with that, please go feel free. I found some in an old manuscript, and I was playing around with that. How cool is this? So with very little time, this is done in real time. It's not speeded up at all, right,
Yeah,
Rick?
yeah.
And so I'm adding some perfs here and there where it looks like it should be. I think I'm going to now add some darkness so that the letter, again, will even disappear a little more. You can see I'm just adding some little triangles of black here and there just to give it some contrast and to make it more like the letter that's in the middle. So every time you start to do something like that and you step back, it starts to disappear. So these are some script letters. You can see how easy that looks.
With crescent
Yeah.
moon.
Here's an M, and with a border.
zenith, diva dance.
Diva dance. I love using the diva dance because you can just kind of squirrel your way around. Look at that N. That was such an easy one. How cool. Look at the red pen. It looks like somebody's chopped, doesn't it? So now this letter, I'm starting with an O8, and you can see I'm pressing kind of hard. It's almost looking like it's engraved in there. And there's a sort of a fancy looking S, but it's still pretty easy. I think you guys can do this.
But the whole principle is it will work with any shape that you want to start to add the Zentangle coral to.
Yep. So aura all around the inside and outside. And now we're going to start to play in here. Look at those little muka-ettes. Aren't they so cute?
Muka-ettes.
Muka-ettes. I like that look. Look how fun is that? So you play around. Once you get your letter in there, then we're going to show you on this on this kitchen table tangle some suggestions of what works really easy. You can see now I'm diva dancing my way around this S, and it's so, it almost just does it by itself, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like once you start, it kind of shows you which direction to go in. And you can see I'm doing the weights all around the S. Almost like, what's that, that other tangle that looks like a vegetable, the one with
Oh, the cross section of the,
I'm going blank.
I'm forgetting. We'll have to look it up and we'll put it in the next kitchen table tangle.
Okay. Gorgeous. That's what it is. Gorgeous.
Right.
It sort of looks like that. You can see the strokes appearing. If they were complete, they would look like that. So right here, I'm just kind of adding some frills, pretty simple stuff. These are all things that, because you know all the basic tangles, these just sort of fall together really easily. You know, auras, over and over, perfs, striping. And then what you do is you have a consecutive, first you do this, then you do that, just like any tangle. And then you just repeat it over and over.
But in all cases, aura is definitely your friend.
The whole thing with the embedded letters, my idea with this was that you could embed a letter of, maybe if you were going to give somebody a tangle or a tile and you wanted it to be special for them, and so you embed the letter, and they'll know that this was made just for them, and you'll have to just point it out. See, this was just for you. Here's your letter S in there.
Or you can do what Maria's done on a lot of, we use cloth napkins, basically old sheets that are torn up. And if we have people coming over for company, she will customize the napkins for each person. So a lot of times there'll be one of these beautiful initial letters with tangles all around it at each place.
Yeah, but what happens is everybody ends up taking them home. I don't get to keep them as often as I should.
But you'll notice at that bend in the diva dance where the shading goes in the graphite, it's just such an automatic place for that.
So here's a few samples of different ones that I've done. This was done in brown ink. Now, oh, they're just lovely. Look at that. How
Crescent moon.
And this one here, you can almost not even see it.
There it is.
There it is. You see the G? And I added some black pen, little dots of black on top of the white G. That kind of made it disappear even more. Here's some more just appearing like magic. These are awesome. They were so much fun to do. I had a blast doing these. And basically, I stuck to the same thing with the printemps, the little swirls and things. Look, I even have an ampersand there. How cool is that?
Fun.
I love doing this project. I hope you guys have a good time with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing embedded letters in all your tiles. And there's some more Chinese. Mandarin? Is it Mandarin? Yeah.
So playing with the white on black, one of the neat things that you get from watching this is the ability to layer the gel pen on the black. So you'll notice that you can lay that gel ink down and then go over it, particularly when it's dried a little bit. And the secret here is a really light touch. Unlike a regular pen, the lighter you hold this, the easier the gel ink comes out.
So again, the first thing I do is, once I've put down my letter, is to aura it, and pretty close to the letter. You don't want to leave too much room. And it just looks so elegant, even just like that on the black. Isn't it pretty?
Well, it also sets it off, so whatever tangle you do next to it, there's this little bit of set off from the tangle, so it frames it really nicely.
Going around, adding a little bit of black here. Well, it's white, but the solid space here. And you can see I'm just putting it in here and there. Oh, it's really pretty on the white. And I'm going to add some auras. I just keep, the minute, if you don't know what to do, add an aura. And you can never have too many. And here it is. Look at these little, what is that?
Fescues.
Fescues, see them? And when you make those dots at the end, they sort of puff up if you give it enough ink. Do it slow enough.
And you'll notice later she'll come back to it and just add a little bit more white on those, and it gets more and more white. So you can have shades of white.
So here I'm going to aura a little bit more and add maybe a little curlicue or aura around those fescue that, it's such a simple task to do the fescue and then aura around it. It looks like it's so complicated, but look how simple that is. How fun is that? I can't wait to see what you guys do with this. And don't forget to clean your white pen every once in a while. Just kind of roll it across a scrap paper so you keep a nice, you can see I'm doing that every once in a while.
Yeah, every time it disappears off the screen. So there she goes, putting a little bit more back on there.
So I tend to go back. I'm always reworking it. You can see how I go back on the letter once it's dry, and I'll add maybe a little bit more white to focus on sections. And I'm always looking at it, stepping back a little bit, seeing where it needs attention. So here I think I'm going to put a square around it.
Almost like an initial cap.
Right. But see, you don't want to use a ruler or anything because that really destroys that hand-done look. You want to, the best you can do, doing it freehand, even if it's a little wonky. I think the wonky is so much better than the perfect squares and the lines. And actually, once all of your tangles are in there, you're not even going to see the lines. You'll just see beautiful.
Well, it's this consistent texture of the hand-drawn. And
so now I'm just doing a little aura again. Look at inside auras and then coloring it in. What am I going to do here? Giving a little weighting, some of that. What are you waiting for? So you can see I'm sort of thinking as I go along. It's not like I pre-planned it. You'll just kind of go along and you'll see what needs to be done. But my suggestion would be for you to do your tile like usual and do a string and then embed this in the string. What I'm doing here, I'm just showing you different examples, but you'll want to embed this into a tile so that the letters sort of disappear with all your other tangles.
Awesome. So we look forward to seeing what comes out up there and all the secret messages and tiles, perhaps.
Yeah.
And
even numbers too, numbers and symbols and
lots of fun.
Yeah. So here we go. Have fun with this.
And enjoy, and we will see you very soon. Thanks for stopping by.